Hey folks, welcome back to Wild West Barbecue. This weekend we're going to smoke some pork butt for pulled pork. I'm doing this one a little differently than normal. I usually go fat side down to protect the meat, and I usually go low and slow, keeping the temperature around 225 to 250. This weekend we're going to go hot and fast. I'm shooting for around 300 degrees in the smoker. I'm going to cook it fat side up, and we're going to go ahead and score the fat in a checkerboard pattern because it's gonna come out looking really cool once it's all done. Today's Saturday. I'm gonna prep the pork today, let it sit in the fridge overnight, and smoke it tomorrow. So I'm gonna get you guys inside and show you how we're gonna get this pork butt prepped for the smoker. Okay, so this particular pork butt doesn't have a real big fat cap down here. I couldn't tell when I bought it. This side was down when I bought it, but that's all right. I think it'll still be a useful example. So you just want to take your knife, go ahead and start scoring the fat cap like this. I'm going to get into the meat here. I'm okay with that. I don't mind too much. Get decently deep into the fat in the meat with this. Kind of get in there. Then we're going to rotate this 90 degrees and do the exact same thing going this way. And that should be good. I hope it's going to come out the way I've seen before. We're going to go and get this seasoned now. I'm going to go with a meat church rub, their Holy Voodoo rub. It's usually pretty good. We're going to go ahead and flip this over, start on this side. I like to season the bottom side first, that way I'm flipping it as little as possible. I'm going to go ahead and get this thing seasoned up. Get that on all sides. Here on this side, what I want to do is try to get some seasoning work into the cuts we made, if we can. And that should be good. So we are now good to go until tomorrow, at which point we're going to throw this on the smoker and cook it. So I'll bring you guys back tomorrow morning. Okay, it's about 7:45 Sunday morning. I got up at 6:15, got out here, got this thing assembled, and we've been running it for about an hour with the coals in there. It's up to where I want temp-wise. The dome thermometer is reading at exactly 300. The meter as of a minute ago was at 290. Either way, that's good enough for me right now. I got the meter slipped into the top vent right here for now. So we're going to go ahead and get our pork butt on here and start this smoke and see how long it's going to take hot and fast. I'm expecting to have to adjust the bottom vents once I drop this on there, simply because putting a really cold piece of meat on the smoker is of course going to lower that internal temperature in the smoker, which is expected, but that's no big deal. We'll adjust the vents and go from there. Okay, we got everything set up and ready out here. I have taken the meter probe out of my top vent. I'll be using the meter block. You can see it there in the background. I've got a probe inserted into the actual pork butt itself, which will give us the reading at the grate once we get the pork butt on. So let's go ahead and get this thing on the smoker. came out looking really nice. I think I'm really gonna like it. You can see the meter probe there in it. It came out looking really, really nice. That rub on there, I like the color. I think it's gonna work out really, really well. And with that, we are good to go. I'll go ahead and check the internal temp here in a few minutes and adjust the vents as needed. All right, it's been roughly 2 hours. I was out here at the hour mark to spritz the pork butt. We're gonna spritz it with some simple spray butter. I've been doing this every hour. I'm trying to do it every hour with this cook. So we're gonna go ahead and get this thing spritzed up. And that is looking real nice. All this stuff here, that pattern, that's from the scoring. That's what I was going for when I went ahead and scored it, to get this kind of pattern in here. I wanted to see how this would come out. So we're just gonna go ahead and give this a good spray and put the lid back on, let it keep on cooking. Okay, it's been exactly 7 hours and the pork is pretty much done. This pattern in here, all this stuff is from the scoring. That was exactly what I was going for. I'm going to go and cover this back up. We're getting some rain here in Kansas City today. But the pork is done. We're going to go ahead and pull it, let it rest for a couple hours, and then go ahead and shred it up. But so far I've been really impressed with it. I really like the high heat method. It's done in 7 hours. So we are pretty much set. We'll go ahead and pull it and then bring you guys back when it's time to shred it. Okay, the pork's been resting for about 2 hours now and it looks fantastic. I'm really looking forward to getting this prepped and ready to eat. We're gonna go ahead and get it pulled and get it onto some sandwiches for pulled pork sandwiches. Yes, I did change my shirt. I made some bread from scratch today and I decided covering my old shirt with flour was the coolest thing ever. So I did change shirts, but we're gonna go ahead and get this prepped up and ready to go. This pattern in here, this is from the scoring. You can tell where we scored it. That's exactly what I was looking for with the scoring. I never tried it before, but I'm really glad it came out. It came out really great. Just gonna go ahead and pull our bone. Actually came out fairly clean. I'm happy with that. And that's really good. That's excellent pulled pork. It's really good. Just gonna go ahead and shred it up and get it onto some sandwiches. That's pretty good right there. We're gonna go ahead and get this on some sandwiches, and after we eat, I'll let you guys know what I thought. Overall, the pork came out really, really well. I used a different rub than I planned on. I was planning on a Code 3 Spices rub, but when I went to look in my cabinet, I didn't have enough of that left. But overall, the rub I used came out really well. I really enjoyed it. The scoring I really liked. That made for a really interesting presentation. Today it was just my wife and I here eating it, so the presentation wasn't as important. I don't know if that's something I'll do again unless I'm doing this for a party when I want to actually present it. But I really liked the look that scoring the pork butt gave it. And I really like the hot and fast method. That is definitely something I'll be doing again in the future. It seemed to come out juicier than low and slow with the pork butt. So definitely something I'll be doing again. It eliminates the need for an overnight cook. Overall, hot and fast is probably the way to go for pork butt. Overall, this was another really good cook. Please hit the like and subscribe buttons if you already haven't. And until next time, guys.